Hello everyone, my name is Master Steve and welcome back to Age of Empires 2. Last week we took a look at the Aztecs and Berbers where I went over how their bonuses work and how they should be played. In today's video we'll be continuing on down the list alphabetically and taking a look at the Britons. The Britons are a super fun civ to play. They're usually new players' favorites along with the Byzantines, and they're just a great fun civ to play. So the Britons get a very substantial Dark Age bonus, which is their shepherds work 25% faster. This means that it is easy for the Britons to maintain a stable food income and produce villagers constantly. This sets them up very nicely to reach the Feudal Age nice and early, and the increased gather rates of shepherds allows for the Britons to just have a lot of food in reserve upon reaching the Feudal Age, which sets them up quite nicely for some early aggression. Now, the 25% faster working rate of your shepherds really is that's the only eco bonus you got as the Britons. Anything like once you get to the Feudal Age, anything past Dark Age, you're without an eco bonus and you get nothing helping you. So really, you have to go for feudal aggression and use this bonus to its full advantage. Now, if the bonus applied to like boars and stuff, that would be a little too overpowered for them, so I see why it only applies to shepherds. So, I mean, it's a decent bonus to use, but in all honesty, it's not the best Dark Age bonus. I'd say the Japanese with their faster working lumber camps, they're cheaper lumber camps and mills and stuff like that, my bad, is definitely a better Dark Age bonus to have, but, faster working shepherds does prove to be quite useful for them. So, when you use your faster working shepherds, you get all that food and you clear up the Feudal Age nice and early, and the Britons get some amazing Feudal Age options, which makes them a very deadly civilization. So, once the Britons reach the Feudal Age, their go-to place to build 2 archery ranges and start producing archers. Britons have a bonus that allow them and their allies to create, their archery ranges work 20% faster. This means that the Britons can pump out 5 to 6 archers super quick, and because their shepherds work 25% faster, you can usually go up to Feudal Age with extra food in reserve, which means that you can pick up fletching as soon as you build a blacksmith. So the go-to play for Britons is 2 archery ranges, 1 blacksmith, get fletching, and you should be able to pump out 5 to 6 archers or more super quickly and immediately start going to pressure your opponent. It is super crucial that the Britons get their aggression in early. If you wait to pressure your opponent, they're going to be able to mass up knights and counter everything you have. So it's just super important for the Britons to go in Feudal Age, and honestly, they're a great civilization for beginner players to use and practice an archer rush. They have just amazing potential to do it right. So once you get your archers in there, your goal is probably about 5 to 6 villagers. Any more than 5 to 6, you can usually decide the game right then and there. So you can generally almost finish the game in Feudal Age if you play the Britons correctly. Now, when the Britons arrive in the Castle Age, their next big bonus comes into play, which complements their Feudal Age archer rush, and it's just that their foot archers gain +1 range. So that means if you get Bodkin Arrow immediately upon reaching Castle Age, their foot archers are able to range an enemy town center safely, which can cause nightmares for your opponent. As long as you mass up a ton of archers, you can generally start sniping their TC, and you can start just rampaging through their base and taking out more villagers. So ideally, the Britons want to go for an early Castle Age victory, which is what they're extremely good at. Now, if they reach the Imperial Age, they get significantly weaker. I'm not going to lie. So they don't have great late game options. Archers only go so far into the late game. Civilizations like the Teutons and the Goths are they will absolutely feast upon the Britons just because if your opponent gets their heavily armored units out quickly, longbowmen, crossbows, doesn't matter what you have, they're going to get destroyed. So your goal is an early Castle Age, late feudal game victory. That's what the Britons do the best. Now, the Britons are an amazing team pick if you're doing just team ranked games. I recommend pairing them up with the Mayans or the Saracens, just because Saracens with their building damage makes the Britons super deadly. And just honestly, the Saracens are really their best ally to have. Cannot be beat. Now, I mean, a close second to the Saracens, I would actually recommend pairing the Britons with the Vietnamese. The Vietnamese bonus of being able to see the opponent at the very beginning allows the Britons to kind of figure out which opponent they want to archer rush and get early aggression on quickly. And that really, really sets them up quite nicely. So definitely make sure that, I mean, if you have a chance, Vietnamese and Britons are just an awesome civ to pair up with each other. Definitely go for it. And they're just such a fun civ to play. And what you see a lot of new players doing is massing up the Britons' unique unit, the longbowman. And I got to be honest, the only thing special about it is it gets a lot of range. But the Britons lack thumb ring, so it's highly inaccurate, which means you often need large numbers of them to be effective. They're a very strong unit in the Imperial Age and can be pretty effective at harassing your opponents like siege units such as onagers and trebuchets at a distance, but if you've already massed up a lot of crossbows, it's usually better to go for arbalest as they are easier to mass up with the faster working archery ranges. And the Britons' unique tech yeoman gives their foot archers another +1 range in the Imperial Age, which means the arbalests have the longest range in the game. I mean, they're just the absolute best arbalests you can have. So, all in all, the Britons are a fairly good civilization. Their lack of cavalry options can come back to bite them in some scenarios, but if they manage to mass up archers early on, they tend to win easily, which is why they're a lot of people's favorite civilization. I hope this video was enjoyable to watch, and I actually really enjoyed making it. So I'd appreciate if you can leave a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Doesn't have to be Age of Empires 2. If it is, fine. I can make whatever video you'd like to see. I'm very flexible, and honestly, I mean, I'm just trying to grow this channel a little bit. So any support helps. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. It means a lot, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next civ guide. That's all for this one. Stay tuned for more.